Hello. That was so weird. Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I'm the girl who reads a lot. Today we have some fun books to talk about. I have a little unboxing segment and then I'm going to tell you guys about the books I want to read this August. Some I've already started, but I want to talk to you about. I want to get your opinions, tell you mine. We'll just chit chat. It's going to be just like we're on FaceTime, just chatting. If you're interested in that, get comfortable, get a drink, get a snack, get an iced coffee, and let's jump into today's video. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about today is this very exciting box. As you can see, this is a box from Aardvark Book Club. Aardvark is a book subscription service that started in 2022, and they send out some of the best new releases in this cute box, and the hardcovers that they send are gorgeous. Aardvark has given me a code to share with you guys to get your first box for only $4, which is insane. So if you go to their website or the link in my bio and use the code Emily's Books, you can get your first book for only $4, which is insane. So let's look at the box. Okay, when you first open the box, you will see they include these cute little bookmarks. So they have the little Aardvark logo on the top, and then on the bottom it says, please use in lieu of a crumpled napkin or gas station receipt, which is truly calling me out, and I love it. They also offer this little note card. It says their August 23 official picks. I love that they're using a composition book as like the design for this. Very nostalgic, love it. They include these little member challenges on these cards, so it gives you inspiration for pictures to post for your Instagram, which we love. Okay, now let's get to the fun part. Let's get to the book. Okay, book number one we have is The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding. This is a thriller. Going to read you guys the description. Let me know if that gets boring, if you don't like that included in these videos, like if you'd rather me give the premise of the book, but I feel like it's just better if I read the description for you. The description's there for a reason, and it's gonna be exponentially better at explaining the book than I am, so that's what we're gonna stick with for now. Lee Gulliver never thought she'd find herself living on the streets. No one ever does. But when her restaurant fails and she falls deeper into debt, she leaves her old life behind with nothing but her clothes and her Toyota Corolla. In Seattle, she parks in a secluded spot by the beach to lay low and plan her next move. Until early one morning, she sees a sobbing woman throw herself into the ocean. Lee hauls the woman back to the surface, but instead of appreciation, she is met with fury. The drowning woman, Hazel, tells her that she wanted to die, that she's trapped in a toxic, abusive marriage, that she's a prisoner in her own home. Lee has thwarted her one chance to escape her life. Out of options, Hazel retreats to her gilded cage, and Lee thinks she's seen the last of her until her unexpected return the next morning. Bonded by disparate but difficult circumstances, the women strike up a close and unlikely friendship. And then one day, Hazel makes a shocking request. She wants Lee to help her disappear. It'll be easy, Hazel reassures her, but Lee soon learns that nothing is as it seems and that Hazel may not be the friend Lee thought she was. This is going to be a very fun thriller. I feel like this is perfect for end of the summer, honestly, so if you're looking for something to end your summer off with a thriller, I think this one would be great, and I'm super excited to read it. Okay, the next one we have I think is the one I'm most excited to read. This is How Can I Help You by Laura Sims, and please look at the cover art. Gorgeous. Let me read you the description. No one knows Margot's real name. Her colleagues and patrons at a small-town public library know only her middle-aged normalcy, congeniality, and charm. They have no reason to suspect that she is, in fact, a former nurse with a trail of premature deaths in her wake. She has turned a new page, so to speak, and the library is her sanctuary, a place to quell old urges. That is, at least, until Patricia, a recent graduate and failed novelist, sounds like me, joins the library staff. Patricia quickly notices Margot's subtly sinister edge and watches her carefully. When a tragic incident in the library bathroom gives her a hint of Margot's mysterious past, Patricia can't resist digging deeper, even as her new fixation becomes all-consuming and sends both women hurtling toward disaster. Chilling, incisive, and darkly humorous, How Can I Help You is a propulsive work of psychological suspense that asks how far we might go to justify our most monstrous desires. And it's kind of short, like it's a tiny read. It's 232 pages. So if you're looking for like a quick thriller. And the last one from Aardvark is Small Worlds by Caleb Azuma Nelson. Caleb is also the same author of Open Water, which has been on my TBR for way too long. Let's read the description. From the author of the unforgettable and internationally best-selling debut, Open Water, Caleb Azuma Nelson's second novel is an exhilarating and expansive story about fathers and sons, faith and friendship. Set over the course of 3 summers, Small Worlds follows Stephen, a first-generation Londoner born to Ghanaian immigrant parents, brother to Ray and best friend to Adeline. On the cusp of big life changes, Stephen feels pressured to follow a certain track, a university degree, a move out of home. But when he decides instead to follow his first love, music, his world and family fracture in ways he didn't foresee. Now Stephen must find a path and peace for himself, a space he can feel beautiful, a space he can feel free. Moving from London, England to Accra, Ghana, and back again, Small Worlds is an exquisite and profound new novel about the people, places, and music we hold close from one of the most elegant, poetic, and important voices of a generation. This book feels like food for the soul. So if you're looking for a book to really touch your soul, I think this is going to be the one. Those 3 are August picks from Aardvark. Once again, if you want to join their membership, use my code Emily'sBooks. You can get your first book for only $4, one of these phenomenal books, and you can download the app and we can be friends on there and discuss our thoughts. Okay, now we are going to discuss my August TBR, which we have already started working on. And it's not going that great, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss. The first one, which I've already started, is Crescent City's House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. It's a big book. It is large. It is very large, and I have to say, a little bit difficult to get into. I'm on page 142. And I like the premise of it. It's just a slow start. It's a lot of world building, and I'm trying to understand all the characters and their places because it's very different and unique, so it's kind of hard to jump into, but I'm enjoying it. It's just taking some time. So this follows our main character, Bryce Quinlan, who is half human, half fae, and she's kind of a party girl, as the book describes her. She works in this antiques art exhibition place and works with very wealthy clients who are coming in to buy art pieces, sculptures, stuff like that. She is best friends with a very important political figure in Crescent City, and the two of them are kind of like partners in crime. They go out dancing, drinking, stuff like that. There was a man who was arrested and put in jail who was plotting to attack a nightclub that Bryce frequents. The guy is in jail and they think everything is kind of safe. It's kind of returning to normalcy when suddenly a murder strikes Crescent City and leaves kind of everything in pieces. So 2 years pass and another murder happens. And who is tasked with figuring out who the criminal is but Bryce? And she is watched over by her bodyguard, Hunt, who is, I believe, going to be our love interest of the story, and it kind of follows the two of them trying to solve this murder in this city. So there's a lot of moving parts. It's really interesting, and I know I'm gonna love it once I get into it. It's just kind of moving slow for me, but yeah, if you've read this and you liked it, let me know your thoughts. Okay, the next book we have is The Secret Service of Tea and Treason by India Holt. India Holt is also the author of The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, which I loved. This follows our main character, Agent A, also known as Alice, who is part of the secret intelligence group. She gets assigned to investigate an assassination plot, but she finds out she is not working on this investigation alone. She has to work alongside Agent B, also known as Daniel Bixby, who is also her greatest rival. They have to pretend to be married for this investigation in order to infiltrate a pirate house party and foil their assassination plans. So I'm assuming it's going to be rivals to lovers, which big fan of. And I loved the last book by this author, so I feel like definitely gonna love this one. So I'm very excited for this one. The next one we have is Of Stars and Tides by Lachlan Blake, who I'm actually friends with over on TikTok. If you don't follow her, go follow her. She's the sweetest ever. She was kind enough to send me her debut novel, and I'm so excited for this one. Let me read you the description. Geminis have been outlawed for over a century, until her. On the night of Cassie's 21st birthday, she realizes a terrifying darkness is lurking inside her, waiting to emerge. When she is taken by a group of zodiac demigods with magical powers, her entire life turns upside down. She learns her rightful place in a deadly prophecy and in the war that could either save them all or destroy them all. Will Cassie be the last hope for the zodiacs, or will she be their worst nightmare? Hero Stamos is in line to become the next Archon of the New Orleans arena. He's the perfect soldier, the best demon slayer, and the strongest Leo of them all. But when Cassie comes into his life, she threatens to ruin everything he's worked for, and Hero might just let her. In a rivalry against prophecies, war, love, and darkness, what is the cost of survival? So this is like a fantasy book inspired by astrology, which I love. I'm an Aquarius. Where are my fellow Aquariuses at? That's definitely not the plural of Aquarius, but that's fine. So I'm super excited for this one. The next fantasy book that I want to jump into is definitely going to be this, and I feel like it's going to be a decently quick read too, so super excited. And the final one I want to talk about today is actually one that I started last night. This is In the Company of Witches by Aurelie Wallace. I saw somebody on TikTok, and I'm going to try my best to try to find the post that brought me to this book. Somebody on TikTok was raving about how this book is the perfect fall book. It feels like Gilmore Girls but with witches, and I was immediately sold, like immediately. So I bought it right away as soon as I saw that, and I have to say it is living up to that hype. It really is. It's the coziest murder mystery taking place at a bed and breakfast, and these three witches run the bed and breakfast alongside a cat. It's just the cutest little fall cozy mystery. I don't really have much else to say about it other than that. I'm very excited to get further into it. I feel like this is kickstarting an era for me, and I'm really excited to be entering this era of like cozy mysteries. Like, you know, the ones you see in the bookstore, and it's like the little tiny mass market paperback ones, and it's like about like bakeries and murder. That's what I'm entering. That is it for today's video. We have these lovely books for the month of August, and we have the fantastic books sent over by Aardvark Book Club. I hope you guys found some new books you're interested in this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe because it helps my channel grow. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.